with the bone. Sure having himself a ball.
300,000. That is the number of kids that Riley Hospital for Children provides inpatient and outpatient care to each year. College and high school students across the state have raised money for the hospital by hosting an event called Dance Marathon. Riley Dance Marathon across the state has raised over $70 million for Riley Hospital. This generous support goes to life-saving medical care and research at Riley. When looking around at school, you may never know the person's story sitting next to you. There's a very high chance that they may have known someone treated at Riley or even been a Riley patient themselves. Riley Dance Marathon may mean something different to these people as they have seen what the hospital has done for kids firsthand.
When I was 5 years old, I was diagnosed with a rare cancer in my nose. The first time I had went to Riley was to get blood drawn and labs done, and it was a lot different than other hospitals. That whenever I went back to get my surgery done, they cut my nose open, removed a lot of tissue from under my eyelid, removed 2 tumors from my nose, and I thought I was good. Well, when I was 7 years old, I was diagnosed with colon cancer. So I had to go back to Riley to have more labs done and surgeries to remove that. What makes Riley so different from Ball or Methodist or any of those other hospitals is when I heard Riley, I didn't think I was going to get cut open. I thought of it as I was going to get fixed. They make you feel at home even though it's an uncomfortable procedure most of the time and it's an uncomfortable situation for you and your family, but they make it feel very comfortable and home-like, and I didn't have an issue with anybody there. Everybody was nice to me. The Dance Marathon means a lot to me because I know I was fortunate enough to be able to get those types of treatments, and other people aren't as fortunate as me. And to raise money for Riley and that hospital in general means a great deal to me.
So basically it was fall break in 2016, and I was at my aunt's house in Tennessee, and I had this weird lump on my neck, which I didn't really think much of it because, I mean, you could have slept wrong or something. So I told my mom, and she was kind of just the one, she was like, well, just shake it off, like, you're fine. So I went to Montana volleyball tryouts, and I went through the whole tryouts, and then the next morning it grew, and I was like, okay, this is weird. And me and my mom just kind of didn't think much of it again. So I went to school, went to gym class, and my teacher, Lindy Bratton, texted my mom and was like, hey, you should probably go check this out because it grew even more. So we went to the doctors, and they immediately sent us to the hospital. And I was at Ball Memorial for about 7 days, and then I got transferred to Riley for 9 more days. But they didn't actually diagnose me until I was at Riley, like my 5th day there. Right when I got to Riley, it was very welcoming, and it's kind of different from other hospitals because it's filled with kids, so they know how to, be there for the kids, be there for the parents who are having to stay there with all the kids. And there's a lot of support there, and there's different activities that you can do, so you're not always just like stuck in your room, or if you have to be isolated from everyone, you get like an Xbox, a Wii, like you can get games in your room, and you can have like trivia night that I did one time, and there's just a bunch of support, and kindness is everywhere there, so you always feel like you're at home. Riley Dance Marathon means a lot to me just because it kind of gives us Riley kids a chance to tell our story and to educate others onto what we've been through. And I think it's very empowering because most kids don't understand how hard it is to be at Riley as a young kid, and I think that everyone should definitely come out and see other kids' stories and learn more about what they have had to go through.
It all started when I was 2 years old. I got lifeline to Riley by helicopter just due to really bad asthma, and they basically just saved my life from there. This past summer, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Crohn's disease is an autoimmune disease where it's in your bowel system. Over these past couple months, I've been getting infusions. I've gotten 2 colonoscopies during that span of time. Just infusions about every 8 weeks, every couple months, I think. What separates Riley is honestly just, it feels like a second home. When you go there, nobody really wants to be at the doctor, but when you see the nurses, they basically brighten up your day. You can go to them, whether it's advice about life or just school in general. I can't really thank these nurses enough for what they've done to me. Rally Dance Marathon, it means the world to me. I mean, you're supporting such a good cause. Your money's going to a great cause. I mean, obviously you're impacting the Riley kids' lives, but it's bigger than that, honestly, to a bigger story.
Early last year, my brother was diagnosed with a type of brain cancer, and he was treated at Riley for around 5 months for chemo and had 2 different brain surgeries throughout that process. I think the main thing that stands out about Riley is definitely the staff. Like, every nurse or doctor we came in contact with was just outstanding and so nice to our family, and they gave everything they could to help William, and they were just great. I think just seeing all the support from just everybody around and seeing all different kinds of stories really motivates you to keep pushing and fighting through everything that's happening.